everybody, and welcome to From This Corner TV. I'm Marilyn Dayton, your host, and we've got a really super good show as always. Tonight we're going to be talking about some very special events that are going on in the area and a little bit of the history behind them. And we're very fortunate to have some very interesting guests today. And first of all, on my right, your left, we have Susan Bailey, who's the program coordinator for Summer in the City here in Groton, Connecticut.
That is correct. City of Groton.
City of Groton.
Yes, and thank you for having me today.
It's going to be fun.
Yes.
It's going to be fun. And we also have Cherie'lin. Cherie'lin or Cherie'lin?
Cherie'lin.
Cherie'lin. Toporowski,
Yes.
who is the event director. Well, I'm on a committee with her, so I know. She's the event director for the Mystic Chamber, and we're going to be talking about a big event that happens every year here.
It's always the second weekend in August every year. This will be the 57th year of the Mystic Outdoor Arts Festival.
And that's what we're going to talk about. So pay attention, artists and people who like to buy art. And then on my left, we have, very interesting that we have iCarly here. No, actually. I have a granddaughter. Okay, this is Carly. Her name is Carly Sales, and she's an intern with the Chamber. But her job is not just as an intern. She's got quite a bit of responsibility, and we're going to talk a little bit more about that. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
She's got the hair. Definitely got the hair and the smile. Okay. So, okay, let's start out with the Mystic Outdoor Art Festival, because that's the first event that's going to be taking place in August.
Yes, it's August 9th and 10th. It's always the second weekend in August annually. It started out a group of artists that were from the Mystic Art Association at the time and just locals. Actually, one of our volunteers at the Mystic Chamber, Celia Gallup, her father, Robert Brackman, was one of the founding members. So It's nice to talk to her and get some of the background when she was a kid of going around to the festival. So it started out, there was only a small amount of artists, about 100 artists. They had about 4,000 to 6,000 pieces of artwork, and it's grown over the years. This year we're having 270 artists, and the artists come from 22 states this year. There's 75 new artists that have never participated before, and it's going to be a great show with different artwork that you've never seen. We have fine art as well as fine craft. The show is from 10 to 6 on Saturday and from 10 to 5 on Sunday.
And of course, we will be there working very hard, running
Rain
around.
or shine, we will be there.
Yes, we will. Last year was perfect. The
Yes.
weather was perfect last year. And a lot of people come. I mean, thousands and thousands of people come.
On average, the show's been getting about 85,000 people every year that come to downtown Mystic for the event. The whole show covers about 2 miles long if you walk the whole show from side to side. So you get some exercise while you're there.
And those of us that are working at different spots around the festival, hopefully we'll get a chance to take a look at some of this wonderful artwork. Because it is. I mean, last year I actually bought a few things, which is a little dangerous, but they were gifts for people, and they were perfect gifts.
Did you get yourself a gift?
I got a T-shirt out of it. I bought for other people.
Oh,
and I've developed quite a few friendships, you know, working on the committee and everything with some good people.
Even working with the artists the last couple years on the festival, a lot of the artists that travel to the show that come from out of state, they'll pack up a trailer together and come. There's a guy I was talking to, Kirk Bates. He's does wood inlays with turquoise. He's coming from Texas for the show.
Wow.
And he found out about the show from somebody that's participated in the past, and they're traveling up together. He has family up here. So it is kind of, even though there's 270 artists, an artist community, they know each other and they get to know each other. You're a neighbor that's in the booth next door to you, and over the years you develop a relationship. There's one artist last year I met, Richard Statler. It was his 50th year in the show, and he's been in the same spot at the flagpole over the years.
That's amazing. That's amazing. That shows that not only does the community enjoy it, which I know a lot of them do. You see them bring their children. A lot of them invite relatives for the weekend so that they can enjoy the show and everything. It's
a great community event. It's free to the public. We do offer the Children's Art Park in the Mystic River Park. Mm-hmm. So there's from 11 to 3 on Saturday and Sunday. There's children's activities, family activities, and a lot of the cultural nonprofits in the area will come and donate their time to do activities there for the community as well.
That's a wonderful, that says a lot about a community when so many people step forward and offer their time, especially on a weekend. I think that's terrific. Now, what is a little bit different this year about, other than the fact that you've got 75 new artists that are coming, which I think is wonderful. With the t-shirts and the logo, we decided to do something a little bit different this year. Can you tell us about that?
So this year, first about the change, one of the big things is we're trying to freshen it up and to be more attractive to more artists and to get the word out there, because this is the largest festival in the whole Northeast, and it's the oldest arts festival in the Northeast. So this year we switched to online applications as well, so we can reach a broader audience, which was great for us. We've always had every year something that we've sold. Generally it's always been t-shirts. This year we wanted to go back to, now that the streetscape is finished and the drawbridge and everyone comes down to Mystic because of the water. So this is our design for this year. It's a wonderful design that Terry Brunsky made for us, and we went with a little bit, you got to feel the shirt.
Ooh,
nice and soft.
It's nice and soft, and it's nice and breathable. So it's these shirts are for the volunteers to wear throughout the event, with obviously all of our sponsor logos on the back, and that says volunteer. That way, if anyone has any questions throughout the event, somebody can stop them. You know, if you have any questions when you're down there, if you see the shirt, stop and ask them. But they are also for sale at the information booths. And this year, since the show has spread, we added an additional third information booth. That way we can have more access to the attendees and the guests, and if they have any questions, that they don't have to go far to have them answered.
That sounds like a great idea.
And then this year at the information booths, we also have Coca-Cola products that will be for sale. So there's 3 information booths throughout the event that are spread out. One is at Bank Square, right on the corner of Water and West Main. The second one is at the flagpole at the other opposite side of the drawbridge on the Stonington side. And then the third one is up in front of the Mystic Congregational Church, kind of across from Apple Rehab. So anyone, that's the new booth that we added this year. We never had anything up there when people are walking from the Stonington side.
Are you all the way up to the end of the street now?
We go all the way up around the corner of Apple Rehab.
Wow, that's wonderful.
Yeah. So it's completely filled in. We're going down gravel this year as well, which they haven't gone on that street in quite a few years. So there was a great selection of artists that applied this year. We had over 400 applications. So unfortunately, some artists, even though they had great work, we weren't able to accept because we just didn't have enough space. Because in addition to the artists, we allow local nonprofits to be in the show as well, so they can give information or Some of the nonprofits also, for their fundraising efforts, sell food. And that's the only food that's allowed to be sold as an authorized exhibitor of the event is for a nonprofit. So we don't let any just rent space out to any vendor. It's specifically to give back to the community to raise funds for themselves. So you'll see the Boy Scouts out there and
Rotary.
the Rotary doing the Dell's Lemonade, and the Lions Club will be there, Knights of Columbus, with the food.
And those of us who volunteer, sometimes we run into complications, like we run out of change or something. And there are people like yourself. You're going to be in the golf cart, or is Suzette going to be in the golf cart?
We are. We got one on each side, so I'm practicing my skills. I might have scared Carly on the way here with my driving, but...
No, wait a minute. You're regular driving.
Did you drive here in a golf cart?
I did. My car seems like a golf cart sometimes. My Jeep did. I had a Wrangler. It seemed like a golf cart.
So in other words, we're supposed to get ready for Cherie'lin and her golf cart.
Well, that's why we have the great support of the police on both the town of Groton and then the town of Stonington. So the police officers are there throughout the weekend, assuring that everyone's safe and secure, because some of the streets are completely blocked off to traffic that weekend. So Water Street for one on the Groton side, and Cottrell Street and Holmes Street on the opposite side, on the Stonington side. So if it wasn't for the towns and the fire district, the Mystic Fire District, and the Mystic River ambulances down there as well, making sure that nothing happens and we're all safe and happy. So,
and they're so nice too.
They are so nice.
Always
and,
so nice.
In addition to our volunteers, there's over 100 volunteers that help out with our event. Artists start setting up at 6 a.m. on Saturday morning, and the volunteers are there at 5:30 in the morning.
That's commitment.
Yes, and there's a lot of the volunteers that have been there for numerous years coming that early in the morning to help set up, and I'm just overwhelmed by, I didn't have one person from last year for setup that said they would not return. And just the support is just, it touches me because I come from an art background myself, and just somebody giving back to the arts community, it's hard to find sometimes.
And it means something special to you because of your art background, which tell us just a little bit about that quickly, and then we've got a couple of other parts of the festival we want to talk about.
I went to school for studio art, visual arts, art history for my undergrad, and then I have a master's in arts administration, and I taught at Savannah College of Art Design. I did some special events classes and arts administration, finance and grant writing, and so I have a background in that. And I previously lived down in Savannah, and then I moved back here to Connecticut, and I got a job at the wonderful Mystic Art Center when I returned, and that has led me back to the Arts Festival. Every year since I was little, me and my mom would go down to the Arts Festival together and walk it. Aww. And we always went on the Sunday, and it's always been something that's been close to my heart.
And so we also are very lucky to have you back, because being on the inside of this, on the committee, I can see we don't have much to do as a committee because she's already done it, or with the help of Carly. I didn't have much to do this year, but I'm sure Saturday and Sunday.
Wait till the weekend. I got list made.
Oh boy, good. Well, I'm a list girl, so I'm ready. Now we're also there's also going to be every year there's an art contest where the artists can turn in their favorite pieces. And tell us just a little bit about that. So we, every year, give back to the artists. It's usually a minimum of $9,000. This year we did get a great grant from the Catherine Forrest Craft Foundation.
So we will be giving an additional $1,000 in the craft category this year as well. So we thank them for their support. So all the artists are juried to get into the show initially, and then during the festival, this year it's changed a little bit. We're going to be jurying right directly at the booths. So previous years, the artists would have to leave their booth earlier in the day to drop off the one piece to the jurying section, which we used to hold at St. Mark's Church. And then they didn't have their best piece in their booth the whole first day of the show, which was unfortunate for them, because that could have been an opportunity for them to either sell that piece or to intrigue somebody into their work. And then they'd have to go leave their booth a second time to go pick it back up. And this year, with the new online application and all the technology, we can just do all the jurying directly from the booths this year. So that's what you'll be doing, walking around, making sure that, you know, everybody's all set, and getting that all organized for me with the jurors.
Okay, I just found that out, folks, and I'm proud to serve.
I have a question. Is there a shuttle for parking? Everybody talks about parking.
Unfortunately, there is not.
So where would you suggest we go to park?
There are a couple paid parking lots if you wanted to pay to get close to the event. The churches,
I don't mind walking.
The churches have, and any time you do park, it's just going back to the nonprofit and the church in the area. So there is parking on all of the side streets. You can also park at the depot, and we have the golf carts that are going back and forth. If we do that with plenty of the volunteers as well. If they aren't capable to walk that far, we can pick anybody up with the golf carts. But That's
good to know.
Over the years, I've never had any issue with finding parking. I know it's always...
I don't either.
It's always an issue, but maybe
Maybe we're just lucky.
Yeah, we got good timing.
Evidently.
And you know, because it is 2 miles worth of booths and beautiful things to see, people should just realize you're going to be doing some walking, you know. So, and speaking of the depot, well, no, let's talk about the party Saturday night, just quickly. I love parties, so tell us a little bit about what that is about.
Well, this year, to celebrate the Arts Festival, I wanted to do a kickoff event. So the Mystic Arts Center on Saturday evening at 6 p.m., which is the close of the day for the artists, we're throwing a cocktail party. The theme of it's White Linen Night, which the White Linen Night theme originated down in the South, in New Orleans and Texas, and they even had one down in Savannah when I was there. And these events, you wear white, but it's for the absence of color. It's not to distract from the artwork. And it's also nice to wear white because it's hot, it's August, it's summertime. So we'll be doing that at the Art Center from 6 to 9. We'll have entertainment. The Doug Jones Band will be there. East Coast Catering is doing our hors d'oeuvres. We'll have wine, Prosecco, a sangria bar. So we encourage the local community's been buying tickets. Artists are coming and buying tickets as well. We'll have all of our sponsors there to thank them. Our committee members, volunteers will be there as well. So it's a nice mix of anybody that's just looking to have a drink, relax, have a snack after the Arts Festival. If you go down in the afternoon and walk around and then go to the Art Center. And the Art Center is also Thursday the 7th. They will be having their opening for the 58th annual regional show. So it's going to be all new artwork in there as well.
Aha. So we'll have something more to celebrate.
Yes.
More new beautiful art to look at. Now, we had mentioned the depot, and For those of you who are aware of the chamber and its location, it used to be, well, it used to be over on Home Street, and then it moved to the depot for a while. And it just seemed to make sense because of tourism. It was a natural fit. But I believe that the chamber pretty much outgrew that small space, pretty much, right? But you're still represented there.
Yes. So the depot is still open and staffed from 10 to 4, 7 days a week currently.
Wow.
Now that it's going towards the busiest tourism season, and Carly sees the majority of it. Carly's been there. She's full-time for us as an intern. She's down there every day, so she sees people coming in, whether, you know, it's for the train or asking about, you know, hotels and...
Yep, just basically giving out recommendations on hotels, restaurants, attractions in the area. People find it very helpful, so happy to help.
Well, let me ask you this. An internship is supposed to be a learning experience as well as helping you plan what you want to do in the future. What is it that you are hoping to do in your future?
I'm hoping to become an events planner.
Well then, this kind of makes sense, doesn't it?
Yes, definitely.
So the heavy load that that has been placed on this beautiful lady's shoulders recently, and that she's handled so well, is also because of your help. Because I kept hearing, our intern's going to do that. Our intern's going to do that. So we're sitting, you know, sitting there, twiddling our thumbs while you're doing all this work. What a wonderful experience.
Definitely.
Now this is full-time for how long? Just the summer or?
Yes, the requirement from the college I attended is 480 hours of this internship, and then we get our final degree. The last step of the process for us.
So you're almost done with?
Yes.
Ooh.
Graduated in May, and as soon as I get my diploma, it's official.
How about that? Congratulations.
Thank you.
Do you have your resume out and about?
Have it ready. Not quite out and about yet, but it will be very soon.
Now, do you live in the area, so you want to try to work in this area, or do you want to go somewhere else?
I'm staying in Old Saybrook for the summer, commuting to and from Mystic every day. I hope to maybe move to Miami and get into the tourism industry down there.
Well, I have to say, Miami's kind of a hot spot.
I love it.
Especially for the young.
Yeah.
Right?
Get into some trouble.
Well, I'm glad you were able to join us, Carly.
Thank you for having me.
And thank you.
She's been doing a wonderful job.
Thank you.
From
really
all
has.
reports, I've been hearing that. Great job.
Thank you.
So, of course, this is going to be a nice recommendation for you.
Yes.
Yes. And a lot of experience. A lot of experience. So, what I think we'll do in just a few minutes is take a little break, and then we'll come back, because so much is happening in this area that it's so interesting and exciting that we're going to be talking about more from this Groton, Connecticut area. Now, you see, Mystic, a lot of people don't realize Mystic is not officially a town. It is a location that does have a post office. But it's there's the Mystic River, and on one side is the town of Groton, and on the other side is the town of Stonington. And but Mystic is recognized as a non-town. But hey, it's a hot spot here. So
We love it.
we do, and we just try to explain that to people that come into town. You know, they say, "Oh, the town of Mystic." Wow, yeah, it's Mystic. It's a mystical town. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a little short break here, and then we're going to come back and tell you about some more very interesting events that are coming up. We'll be right back.
Can you help me with this? My new dad teaches me all kinds of stuff.
Sure.
He helps me with homework.
That would be 3.6795.
Thanks.
Yep.
He helps me with my decision making.
I wouldn't use this one. Ever.
And he's even teaching me how to drive.
And that's why cars have bumpers.
I'm learning so much.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of kids in foster care will take you just as you are. When some people struggle with their mortgage payments, they become frozen, petrified. Not knowing what to do, they do nothing. But the people who take action are far more likely to get the most positive outcome. Making home affordable is a free government program. Call now to talk one-on-one with a housing expert about the options that are right for you. Real help, real answers, right now.
There's a shelter pet who wants to meet you. Meet one today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org. Adopt.
Up, college is hard. Down, those books are heavy.
My sport is football, but my passion is education. So every year I take promising high schoolers on a college tour to show them that higher education means a brighter future. My name is Nnamdi Asamoah. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
You can be a reader, tutor, or mentor too. Take the pledge at liveunited.org/volunteer.
Do you wear this?
And we're back. We're here today with some guests talking about events in and around Mystic, Connecticut / Groton, Connecticut / Stonington, Connecticut. And we've been talking about the Mystic Outdoor Art Festival, which is going to be coming up the second weekend in August. Which
August
is
9th and 10th. It's 10 to 6 on Saturday and 10 to 5 on Sunday.
So be ready. It's going to be great with a lot, 2 miles worth of artwork. I can't wait. There are a lot of other things going on here, and our guest today, Susan Bailey, is from Summer in the City. Now, this is the first time I've heard of Summer in the City. Is this new?
It is new. Summer in the City is an initiative in the city of Groton, and you had mentioned before the Mystic, Groton, Stonington miasma. The town of Groton also has the city of Groton, and the city is within the town, but a separate entity. So there's a very similar sort of geographic confusion going on. Summer in the City is an initiative in the city of Groton, and it is the first time that it has been done. It was an idea that came from our mayor, Marion Galbraith, trying to publicize what a great place we have to live in, to work in, to play, to visit. There is so much going on in Groton City, and people really didn't know about it. It's difficult to get the word out, especially for smaller organizations. One of the biggest challenges that they have is promotions. Advertising can be very expensive for them and whatnot. We have a calendar that we published, and I just want to show it to you because we have...
Wow.
We have over 100 events going on in Groton City this summer, events and activities. The great majority of them were already planned by other organizations. And Summer in the City has brought them all under one promotional umbrella to let people know. In addition, we have also organized maybe a dozen other events to fill in some blank spaces. So we have a branded advertising campaign. We promote all of these events and activities, whether they're, a lot of them are from the library, organizations like the Elks or the Lions, that sort of organization. And we're able to help them with print advertising, radio, online. We have a website that we're always updating so that even though our calendar was previously printed, if another event comes in, they can contact us and get it listed on the website. And we also have a very active Facebook page. So, you know, we just want people to know all these things that are going on.
Well, now, how new is this in the city of Groton?
The City Council approved this project in the early spring. It's run by a committee of volunteers from the community, and we began working in March.
Of this year?
Of this year,
Holy
yes.
cow.
Working very hard.
We started at a run.
Wow.
Yes, we did.
You did.
And we are hoping for great success so that we can get this project funded again next year.
And let's put up that website too while she continues to talk. There we go. Okay. So
yes.
What is it that you're, now there's an anniversary over on the Navy sub base with the USS Nautilus
that's
I
correct.
also just learned about. The 60th anniversary
of the USS Nautilus.
Which is a wonderful thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because
it is a very significant event in the history of nuclear submarines, obviously. And somewhere in the city, while the submarine base technically is in the town of Groton, the sub base, the submarine force, have played a very large part in the community over many, many years, whether you're town or city. Mm-hmm. And we really wanted to recognize this very important anniversary. The people who designed it, built it, crewed it, you know, it was designed and built at Electric Boat right in Groton City. So we came up with the idea of an art exhibition. And we wanted to attract people, artists who would, it's in recognition of this very important anniversary, and we wanted pieces of art that will convey how important this anniversary is for our community and what an important part that it plays in our community's history. So we came up with the USS Nautilus 60th Anniversary Juried Art Exhibition. And we have put out a call for artists. We continue to put out a call for artists. And we invite artists with a wide variety of media to submit for this show. Anything that celebrates the Nautilus and its history in Groton, and I'm reading from the call for artists. Themes may include elements of the silent service, electric boat builders and designers, crews, the support of families in the community, because the families from the submarine force and the subbase are, again, a very large part of our community.
Absolutely.
So that's it in a nutshell. What we did was I contacted the Submarine Force Museum, and they were delighted to partner with us on this. Their only really event that they're doing for the anniversary is on September 30th. There will be a ceremony on the pier, and they have a big tent that they put up. I don't know if you've been to events over there, but they can, although it seems like a huge space, they can only fit 200 people. So that's quite limiting. They are inviting the designers, the builders, the crews, but it's not open to the public. Mm-hmm. They just don't have the space. Right. So this enables not just Summer in the City, but the Submarine Force Museum and Library to have something that is open to the public. Their director, Lieutenant Commander Amdor, is working with us, and they will also be participating when we have the show itself.
Now the show itself, you are encouraging people from outside the area also, correct?
Yes. And if you are an out-of-area artist and you want to submit a work of art, and it can be two-dimensional or three-dimensional, we're accepting both types. If you go to our website, you can download our full prospectus and the call for artists with details, and there are also instructions for out-of-area submissions so that you can e-submit. We do not have an application per se for in-area artists. It will be by delivery, and those instructions also are on the website. We're accepting delivery of artwork on August 29th and 30th at the Municipal Building.
Now, one of these art mediums, would it be photography?
Photography, oil, watercolor, sculpture,
so if someone...
wide variety. I have an out-of-state woman who contacted me recently who did a piece in mosaics.
Oh, wow. That's patience.
So, you know, we want people to be really imaginative within the constraints of, it's about the Nautilus and the submarine force, but it's also about the community, you know.
Exactly. But I was just thinking as you were talking that if there were photos from 1954, which is when the Nautilus was built, or thereabouts, that would be very interesting to have.
Yes, and if it's your photograph and you took it, you could submit it.
But it has to be your photograph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Original work.
Exactly. Where are you going to be having the exhibition? Where is it going
That
to be?
is a piece that we're quite excited about, and it's really nice for the artists who are in the show. This exhibition will be in 3 separate locations. It's moving to 3 locations. It opens on September 7th at the Municipal Building for the City of Groton, and we will be having an opening reception. The September 7th is a Sunday, and we have an opening reception from 3 to 5. It's open to the public. Everyone is welcome to attend. And we have a catering sponsor for that event. It is the Octagon Restaurant, which we are very happy about.
Wonderful.
Yes. So the show opens at the Municipal Building on the 7th, and it will be there for a week. On September 14th, Summer in the City is having our capstone event, which is a big block party on Thames Street. Big celebration. We are finishing up a major reconstruction project on the street, and it's getting toward the end of our initiative here, and we decided a big party would definitely be appropriate.
Oh, yes.
Yes. So we will have, you know, music, vendors, food, all of that. And we are moving the exhibit down to the party for that day. One of the things that some of the members of the planning committee for this feel very strongly about, and I am one of them, is that we bring art to people who might not normally participate in that type of activity. We want to convey to people that art is about everybody, and it's for everybody. You don't have to be rich. You don't have to be a collector. And when you were talking about the art festival, Cherie, you know, you don't have to be wealthy. There are affordable pieces of art.
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
And, you know, I think that in support of artists and in support of people who love art, that's a word that we can't say that too many times. So we're moving down to the Thames Street celebration. And then we're moving it to the Submarine Force Museum. And it will be at the museum from September 17th until October 13th. All of this information is on the Summer in the City website, and you can find it there. And we really hope that many, many people will be able to see this show because of our effort to move it to the 3 venues. And again, I just want to say how delighted we are to be working with the Submarine Museum on this project. It's really very exciting for us and for me personally.
I think it's a wonderful way to celebrate such an important, and in this area, and for all of us, you know, a nuclear submarine it's our protection, you know, one of our ways of being protected. And my son was in the Navy, so, you know, anything Navy is near and dear to my heart.
This is a military town.
Yes, it is.
My father just last year had his 44th year at Electric Boat.
Oh, wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, for those,
a lot of people that you meet.
Absolutely.
oh yes,
Or they
yes.
used to work at Electric Boat, or, you know, I mean, it's a huge part of our community, the
Oh,
entire
it definitely is.
component.
It definitely is.
Yep.
And for those of our viewers who are not, they go, Electric Boat, what on earth are they talking about? They just said nuclear. Okay. What we're talking about is the manufacturing company and facility that's located here in Groton, town of Groton / city of Groton. Everybody lives right in that area. That is in the Navy, and so many people in the surrounding area work at Electric Boat. Just about all of us know someone.
Absolutely.
And it's a big part of our community, which is why there is such a big exhibition of people when the government says something about cutting back our submarine manufacturing program in our area. Everyone in this surrounding area, and I'm talking about eastern Connecticut and over even into Rhode Island,
Yes.
they all come out and say, no please.
It's a big part,
Please don't do
big
that.
part of our economy.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It's a huge part of our economy.
Not even mentioning all of the small contracting businesses who also work in support
Absolutely.
of both the sub-base and the manufacturing side. So,
Yes.
yeah, it's important, and it's important to us, and we're delighted to be able to put this together.
Now, one thing I wanted to call attention to and ask you about before we move on to other events that you're going to be talking about is submission of artwork.
Yes.
For local people, what is the deadline for?
We do not have an application per se. We are asking artists to deliver their artwork to the City of Groton Municipal Building on August 29th and 30th. It's a Friday afternoon and a Saturday morning. The hours are on our website, and then the jurying team will come in, select the pieces that are accepted into the show, and once that is set, we'll have our judging. We will be awarding a Best in Show, an honorable mention, and a captain's choice, and we hope to have Captain Lottie from the submarine base as one of our judges, and obviously he would be picking the captain's choice.
Absolutely.
Do you have a size requirement or limit?
We do, and it's quite liberal. The two-dimensional work, including a mat and frame, is no larger than 40 by 40, and three-dimensional work no larger than 12 by 18 by 24, and no matter how many dimensions your work has, less than 100 pounds, because we are moving it. Yes.
Now, of course, I'm picturing all these people picking up pieces and moving them. You're talking about how many art pieces are going to be in the exhibit itself that you're going to have to move?
24.
24. That's not quite so bad.
No, no. We'll have 24. We will accept up to 24 two-dimensional works and up to 6 three-dimensional.
Okay, okay. And the people who are out of the area that are watching and they say, hey, you know, I got something that I want to send in. They also have to have everything in before that deadline, correct?
Yes. If you go online to the out-of-area submissions, it's submitting an email JPEG of your work, and there are specific instructions for what you need to send in to us and the dates that we need things by.
Well, hopefully we've got quite a few viewers that are artists or art lovers that are getting excited watching us and hearing what we're talking about. But there's more. You have more events.
There's oh so much more. And just to, I mean, I held up my calendar just to show you how much we have. Just to give you a couple of highlights, this weekend we have coming up the Groton City Weekend, and it is the 30th annual Groton City Day, always held on the first Friday in August. And that's a big community celebration for Groton City residents and guests, but almost all of it is free. And what we decided to do was to expand that. So we made it first we made it a Groton City weekend. Then we made it an extended weekend. We're up to 4 days now. So we have a Coast Guard Band concert on Thursday. Friday we have City Day. Saturday we have a restaurant trail that almost every restaurant in Groton City is participating in. And if you go to our website, summerintheCityGroton.com, you can download a lot of specific information, a map. All the restaurants have signs in their windows, so we're pretty excited about that. It couldn't be a stroll, we're too spread out. So it's a trail, but the restaurants open from 6 a.m. till 11 p.m., so you can just kind of eat all day.
Yes, walk and eat all day. What a wonderful idea.
And then on Sunday, we have the Groton Elks Club. They have a new activity this summer. They're doing 3 outdoor concerts, and this will be the second one. They have this great space out in back of the Groton Elks Club. There are trees, it's shady, it's right on Baker's Cove. And across the cove is the airport, so you can see the little planes coming and going. It's very, very nice. So they have live music there. So that's Groton City weekend. And then we have the following weekend some really exciting things, a tour of the Groton New London Airport. And that's going to be a real insider's look. We're working with the state. We had to get permission because now it's part of the state airport system, which it was not before. That's relatively new. That's on Friday morning, August 8th, starts at 10 a.m. Again, specific information on the website. We have a Washington Park concert that night, Friday night with the Cartels, which I'm sure all of us have heard before. They're a great band. Everybody loves them. On Saturday the 9th, we have 2 very, very different historical events hosted at the Avery Cop Museum on Thames Street. One is the War of 1812 in Groton, and they're going to have reenactments. They'll have musket firing. They'll have activities for kids. What did people do for fun? And that's all day long. It's free. You can just stop in 11 till 3. In the evening, it starts at Avery Copp House, but it's co-hosted by Avery Copp Bill Memorial Library and the Friends of Fort Griswold, the Ghosts of Groton Bank. And that's a walking tour. Yes, we have
like that.
We have haunted sites on Groton Bank, and you do need reservations for that. And there's a minimal fee. All of the proceeds go towards the renovation or restoration of the Mother Bailey House, which is one of our really important historical sites here in Groton City, and tied to the War of 1812, because everybody knows about that red petticoat, right?
Everybody knows about that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And if you don't, you should come to this and find out about it.
And maybe see it on a ghost.
You could. And then in the evening, we have a very special concert. This is, again, Saturday the 9th, 7 p.m. On Eastern Point Beach. We will have Rufus Davis, who is an outstanding local musician with a Latin jazz band.
Oh, wow.
And yeah, that's going to be really good. Again, free. Almost everything that Summer in the City has is free. There are a few events planned by other organizations, many of them fundraisers like the Ghost Tour, that have a fee. But one of the things that we wanted to do was have free events and support free events for people in the community, families with children, young people. We've really tried to vary things so that we have things that will appeal to a very broad age range and demographic. And hopefully we're doing that successfully.
You guys just had the Back to the Future in the Washington Park, and that was
fun. Yes, it was fun. We rented one of those big blow-up screens, and we had an outdoor movie at Washington Park. Yeah, that was good.
I love the ideas. I mean, this is amazing. This is something that I think has definitely been missing in the city of Groton and surrounding areas. And I think it's wonderful.
I do too. It's a fun project to work on. I mean, my job is like playing. It's great. And, as I said, the irony is that so much of this already existed. And, there's no reason to be sitting around going, I don't know what to do. All you got to do is go online, summerinthe.citygroton.com.
Absolutely.
Find out what's to do today, because there's probably, almost certainly, something on that calendar for you.
Yes.
And I did want to mention, we have sponsors for some of the events that we have scheduled ourselves, that we have added to the calendar. And one of them is for the Nautilus art exhibition. I just found out today that the Southeastern Connecticut Central Labor Council has come in as one of the sponsors for the art exhibition. And they are a division of the AFL-CIO and have the people who build submarines are part of this council. So it's a great fit. We're reaching out to some of the other labor groups and hope to bring them in, because it's all about them and the Navy. Yeah,
absolutely.
So that's exciting. And we have businesses who have come in for some of our others. Spicer Gas is sponsoring the Rufus Davis concert. So,
and that's what keeps the price at zero or only a little bit above.
That's right.
Is the sponsorship of all of these involved nonprofits, foundations, and businesses. And I know when I get my committee shirt for the Outdoor Art Festival, it's going to have a lot of logos on it.
And I want to thank you as well, because this year we did a Friends of the Arts program. And Marilyn, you so graciously donated to the Arts Festival yourself. And it's not just the big corporations, it's
absolutely
it's the little guys.
It's we do have individuals who have donated.
The people that don't even have the money to donate, the volunteers that donate their time, or people on the committees that, you're not getting paid to help with the Arts Festival. You're there because it's your time and your passion, and you want to help out.
Absolutely.
These people and hundreds of people out there are really what makes it all happen.
Absolutely.
Without all the volunteers.
And you know what? If you, as a viewer, want to volunteer for any of these events, go to the websites, and there's always a contact page, and either fill out a form or it's by email. Just let them know, put in the subject area, I want to volunteer, and you'll get their attention. Because it takes so many, but we never really have enough. Which it's time now for me to do my quick announcements of other events in the area. And speaking of looking for volunteers, as most of you know, I'm very involved with the Terry Broder Breast Cancer Foundation, which is a fundraising organization that 100% of all funds raised goes to breast cancer. Last year they hit the $2.7 million mark, and every penny goes to grants for research work. And it's, well, so many people say, some people say, Connecticut is known as the cancer state. Well, we don't know why. But there's a lot of breast cancer in this state and surrounding area. The highest in the nation, actually, in the New England area. And we don't know why, but what we want to find out is how can we stop it? And so we are always looking for people who want to get involved with the signature event, which is the Walk for a Cure, the walk across southeastern Connecticut. And you can walk 26 miles, you can walk 14 miles, you can walk a little over 6 miles. 2 years ago I walked a little over 6 miles, and I thought I was going to die. But I kept saying, this is for a good cause. This is for a... And you know, we have a lot of what we call angels. which are people who are along the way, and some of them are dressed in pink tutus and they're wearing pink hats and they're saying, you can do it, you can do it. It's a wonderful, wonderful occasion. And if you would like to know more about how you could either volunteer at the event, walk at the event, donate, we're also looking for sponsors, and this year we're doing something different. Our walk program, we want to sell the advertising so that it will pay for itself. And so go to the website, which is, and I'll just say this because Frank isn't ready, www.tbbcf.org, which stands for Terry Broder Breast Cancer Foundation. They've been on our show before, and you can always email me through this show, and that's the email address there, and I can get you involved. It's a great, great cause. The walk this year, every year, it's the first weekend in September, the first Saturday. So in October 4th this year, and it's a wonderful, wonderful event. Also, the 57th Annual Mystic Outdoor Art Festival, put that on your calendar, okay, for the 9th and 10th of August. And I've talked about that before. Definitely put this USS Nautilus anniversary and the art exhibition on your calendar. If you didn't get all of the dates, go to the website, and the exhibition locations and everything is going to be on there. All the other events in the area will also be listed. And go to the Chamber website for all the activities that are always going on with our Mystic Chamber. And the last event I want to talk about is Kathleen O'Byrne was on our show last week, and she was talking about the Community Coalition for Children, which is a very important organization. And they're going to be on our show in September. But in the meantime, put on your calendar October 20th, which is a Monday evening, 7 o'clock at the Guard Arts Center. Okay, that is going to be what it's called, Unplugged, Play Matters, giving kids the childhood they need. And they really need it today in this crazy world we live in. In the last 60 years, it's changed a lot, a lot. So that's all of the announcements, and it's time to say goodnight, but I want to say thank you. Thank you very much, Susan. It's been such a pleasure to meet you and have you on the show. Thank you, Cherie'lin, for being on this show. And I got to say, Carly, I wish you the best of luck down in Miami. If you get a chance to go down there and work. How wonderful is that? Do you know how to roller skate?
I do.
Good, because that's part of the requirements for living in Miami. So, hey, great to have you join us tonight. And, of course, we'll be back again. And we will see you next time. Thank you.